Hi folks, today I'll show you how to paint this lovely base covered with skull. So, like horned circles used to say, blood for the blood god and skulls for the skull throne. This base is made by Zabavka Workshop, the one and only miniature manufacturer from my home country of Belarus. I will be using an airbrush Harden&Steenback Evolution series, some paintbrushes and acrylics from Vallejo company. Each step when I airbrush something can be changed by heavy dry brush, and keep that in mind. So if you don't have an airbrush, just stick to the heavy dry brush. So all right, we have a cleaned up primed base. I use a black primer from Vallejo. So right now we need to add some red colors to our shadows to add some tonal variety on the finished product. I dilute a lot, and I just stick to the wet layer, if you know what I mean, because I want the red to be not very consistent layer. Now I'm using a dark sea blue to get this green night mode. So I pretty much cover all the base, just airbrushing from above, maybe on a little angle. Just keep your shadows red and you're good to go. Okay, so next step, I'm mixing in some of wolf gray. I haven't even cleaned my airbrush. I pour the paint straight in. I just dilute a little bit. So this color, I want to just show the texture of the stones and give a base color of the skulls. So concentrate on the skulls, and with just small pushes try to cover each one of them separately. Okay, right now I'm taking white. It's Citadel white because my Vallejo white just ran out. So once again, we are just sticking to the skulls. The layer should be quite translucent, so just to add a little bit of, this cold tone. Okay, that's all for airbrush. Now we need to shade. So I'm using just a Noname oil and cover all the skulls on the base. Just make sure you dip all the eye sockets. Okay, and when the Noname oil is still wet, I use some Drucci Violet to the deepest shadow just to add this, dead violet color, just to add more tonal variety. That's all. Now we will dry brush. So I'm taking pretty flat brush. It's once again wolf gray on my wet palette. So I'm just slightly dry brushing the edges of the stones and give a much more harder dry brush on the skulls. Now for final touches, I'm going to highlight each and every skull with a mix of ice yellow and white to give them a little bit more bone texture, a little bit more slight color and stuff like this. And now I want to add a little bit more red to make it more visible, not only underneath. So it's once again Cavalry Brown. So that's all. You're pretty much good to go. I hope you like it, guys. See you later. Bye.